Peace and cheers as always, folks. Happy Saturday evening. For those all the other for those, I talked to a student of mine and talked about having bloopers and just keeping them like authentic to a video, which is what I do. So if I make a mistake, I'm just gonna kind of keep rolling with it, and because that's just me, it's my authentic self. So let's go back like 20 seconds ago and say, for those of you in the Midwest right now, flight instructors especially, we've had the past 4 or 5 days of just really low IFR, IFR weather, just a lot of rain, a lot of mist, a lot of low clouds, just not great for flight instruction. And for the other folks that are watching this too, this weather kind of brings, I don't know, it doesn't really bring happiness, right? It doesn't bring like joyfulness to wake up and like just see low clouds, fog every day, no sun, just it's kind of just really dull energy, right? Yeah, it's super dull. So how do you find happiness during this time? That's not my video tonight, but it's interesting question to kind of ask yourself, right? Is how do you when the times get like this in the Midwest, how can you still find happiness when it's so dark and dreary early on a daily basis? Topic for another day. Anywho, what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about the Hawkins scale of consciousness. I did a video on this a long time ago, i.e., like 2 months ago, so not a long time ago, but the Hawkins scale of consciousness. So, what is that? So, if we think back to the 12 laws of the universe, we have, laws of vibration, right? And that's what this kind of is. Like, we have very low vibratory states, very high vibratory states. Low vibratory states being, anger, grief, sadness, despair, right? Versus very high vibratory states, we have enlightenment, we have joy, we have happiness, we have even things like relief, right? So, and then there's a middle ground where you have just like acceptance, right? So you have your low vibratory states, which is just your survival paradigm, right? Your survival mode, again, like anger, grief, sadness, versus your very high vibratory states, right? That's like it's not your survival mode, it's like your enlightenment, it's your joy, your happiness. It's I'm feeling truly authentic how I want to feel, I'm doing what I want to do in life, right? So, how do you get there? Um, it's hard, right? It's tough to get there. It really is, right? It's a lot of life choices to get to that point in life. It causes a lot of drastic shifts in what you're currently doing in your current decision making skills to get to those more high vibration states. But let me tell you what does happen though, right? So let's say you're kind of in the middle of that, right? You're in the middle where you're just kind of you're accepting who you are, accept your life, but you feel like deep down you want more. You want more to life right now. You're not getting that. So what happens when you live in that kind of medium vibratory state? When you're living there, let's say you're trying to go for a job promotion, or you just met a girl, right? And you're trying to get her to be your girlfriend, or you're a girl and you're trying to get the guy to be your boyfriend. Whatever, it doesn't really matter, right? You're just trying to get a new job, right? But you're kind of like teeter-tottering in the middle with where you are, and then something goes negative, right? Person breaks up with you, right? You don't get the promotion, you don't get that new job, and that sends you back to that survival paradigm, right? It sends you back to that grief, anger, despair. What happens then? Certain actions follow that, right? Because emotions are powerful, right? Emotions are insanely powerful. When something bad, if you deem it bad, happens in your life, that puts you back in a very low vibratory state, right? And then when that happens, your actions follow suit, right? And for a lot of us, it can be sedation. And sedation comes in multiple forms. It can come in, I'm going to consume a lot of alcohol. I'm going to smoke a lot of weed. I'm going to even exercise. How the exercise is, I'm going to exercise 5 hours a day just to not feel this anymore, right? And when I say not feel, I mean not feel this pain anymore from this action or whatever happened in my life. I don't want to feel that anymore. So I'm going to do something to make myself feel better. Problem is though, it just makes you feel better in the moment, right? You'll for a second get to that higher vibratory state of happiness, but until you tackle the problem head on, you're gonna come right back to that survival paradigm of fear, anger, resentment, unhappiness, right? So how do you overcome that is the question. Well, you overcome it by, honestly, it's creating self-awareness, right? It's pausing, I think at least. It's pausing for a second, deep breath. Pausing, taking a deep breath, and this happened to me in life, right? This happened. I can't change it. It's done with. It's over with. What do I need to do to move forward from this? Right? And it's breathing. It's pausing, it's breathing, and it's asking yourself those questions. I don't want to live in this survival paradigm of anger, despair, disbelief and sadness. I don't want to be there. I want to be happy and joyful and enlightened, right? That's where I want to be. And that's all about making a decision, right? You have to make the decision to want to get to that higher vibrational state. Once you do that, it doesn't change overnight like that, but you can, rewire your mindset a little bit to start doing small actions on a day-to-day basis to build you back up to where you want to be again. And it takes time, right? It doesn't happen just overnight, lickety split. It's not how it works. I wish it did, because if for my situation, if I could just do it like that, I would. But no one can, right? It takes time to get there. And you can get there. That's the beautiful thing about this, right? Is that even if you feel like you're in such a low state right now, if you're in a low vibratory state where you're just pissed off, you're angry, you're in despair, you're just mad at life, you feel like life's working against you, that's not the end all be all for you. It's not. I promise you it's not. It's not like this is going to be the only thing you ever feel in the rest of your life. You're not going to have to want to drink every day or smoke every day or, do all this exercise every day. You're going to have to do other things to feel happy every single day. That's a very short-term thing. But you have to believe it, right? For those of you that like Star Wars, I love Star Wars, right? If you look at Empire Strikes Back, there's that scene where Yoda is raising the X-Wing out of the swamp. Luke goes, I don't believe it. Yoda says, well, that's why you fail, right? Because he didn't believe it. So you have to have that belief in yourself. You have to believe that if something goes wrong in your life, you have to believe that I can make a choice and put action forward to get out of my current belief state and to get into a better belief state, right? Because they're all just limiting beliefs, right? And I think it kind of happens when so many negative things happen to you in life, where you develop develop a belief system that's really negative. So once you start to make decisions that compound more positive things happening to you, I know I feel like I'm Italian because I'm just using my hands all the time right now, but once you start to get more positive things happening to you, you develop a different belief system. And when you do that, you build that confidence about yourself. When you build that confidence, you move towards those higher vibrational states. And when you move there, you want to stay there, right? Because you know how it feels. You feel awesome. You feel happy. You feel joy. You feel enlightenment. You feel like your true authentic self. And when you're being your true authentic self, life's great, right? Because when you're your true authentic self, you're going to attract people into your life that they're authentic selves. You're going to attract situations. You're going to attract just life that's just true to you. And when you do that, you're going to feel amazing. And that's the goal, right? At least I think. I think that's the goal. So I could be wrong. I'm not wrong, but I'm never right. I'm not wrong. I know Coach Corwin says that. I got his link in my bio for those folks that want to read his book. It's a phenomenal book, but neither here nor there. So anyway, I try to keep these videos under 10 minutes long. Please feel free to always, like and subscribe up here. Shoot me an email up over there if you ever want to talk about life stuff, health stuff. If you got questions on, spirituality, or you just need a sounding board, right? I'm a huge proponent of that. Some of us just really need to just get it off our chest, talk about life issues, right? From an unbiased perspective. So if you need that, life coaching, if you need some fitness help, whatever it might be, if I don't know the answer, which I don't claim to know all the answers, I'm going to help you find it, right? But if I can help you, I'm going to help you. Anyways, 10 minutes on the dot. Flying Health Coach coming at you. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, everybody. Hope you have a great next week. I'll probably come back, hopefully midweek, with another video, some new content. But regardless, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace. There it is. And cheers.